Hi everybody and welcome to the Arne and Carlos channel. This is Carlos. Today Arne has left me by myself while he is somewhere else knitting some fabulous thing. So I'm going to try to do this on my own. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to care for your knitwear. This is a question that has been coming up a lot in the Q&As. We're not really care for your sweaters experts, but we do have a few things that work for us and that we think we can share with you guys. The first thing about knitwear is it's elastic, so we recommend you never hang knitwear on a hanger. So when you're gonna store your knitwear, store it flat like this, in a drawer maybe, or in a shelf. Store them like on a stack so you can see them, and never store them hanging on a hanger. Because if you do that, especially with the heavy things, the sides here will sag and the shoulders will actually, the whole thing will deform, and you will get some really ugly, not so pretty shoulders on your knitwear. So that's one of the biggest pieces of advice that we can give you in terms of storing knitwear. Now, washing your knitwear, especially when you're working with natural fibers, if you're knitting something in 100% wool or any kind of a natural blend of alpaca, merino, this and that, as long as it's a natural fiber, remember that these items are made of a wool that is used to protect animals from winter. And you know, these wools have different qualities that actually stay in the garment even after you knit it. So for example, wool is kind of water repellent. So if you put a nice woolen sweater and you go out in the rain, you might feel like you're not really getting wet, and maybe the wool itself is just getting wet on the top, and that's it. Again, also wool is self-cleansing. And so you don't really need to wash a sweater in the washing machine if you just want to refresh it. If you've been out for a night and somebody was smoking and your sweater is a bit smelly after that and you want to refresh it, you don't need to put it in the washing machine. Just take the sweater and leave it outside. For this, yeah, you can put it on a hanger. Say you're going to put it on a hanger for half an hour. Put it on a hanger, or just put it on your clothing line with clothing pegs. Hang it outside in the fresh air. Within an hour or two, the sweater is just going to start refreshing itself by its own, cleansing, and eventually it will be totally clean. And so you really don't have to wash wool as long as you're putting it out on a frequent basis. Of course, if you have a spot or something, if your sweater gets dirty, yeah, you could put it in the washing machine. Use a soft liquid detergent. Here in Norway, we have special detergents that are for washing natural fibers, and I'm sure they are available, similar products in your country. So try to use that kind of a detergent in the washing machine. Make sure that you do a gentle cycle with lots of rinsing and lots of water. And then when you're going to hang your knitwear, remember, these are made of wool. These are already heavy. If you bring out a wet sweater and you hang it, it's going to stretch and become really big. So make sure you hang it flat to dry. Always hang it flat. And no tumble dry or anything like that, because that will probably felt the sweater and make it shrink and ruin the beautiful pieces that you knit. Then you've got the issues with moths and things like that. Luckily for us, we live in Norway and it's such a cold country most part of the year, so we don't have the issue with moths except for maybe in the summer. We store the sweaters in a somehow controlled environment. We do put lavender, and we've got little moths balls to make sure that they don't get eaten up. And something that we try doing every year when it gets really cold outside is that we hang our sweaters out to air them, not to clean them, but to kill anything that might have gotten in there in the summer. So as soon as we've got temperatures like minus 20 degrees Celsius, that would be around -5, -10 Fahrenheit, take your sweaters and hang them outside for an hour or two, or even a night, overnight, and anything that is alive will die. And now, of course, we've got people watching that don't come from Norway. Maybe you live somewhere in the southern United States, or maybe you're in a place in southern Europe where it doesn't really get cold. So you're asking yourselves, what do I do if I don't have this kind of climate? Well, The suggestion I would give is take the sweater, put it in a plastic bag and put it in the freezer. Freeze it for an overnight, take it out of the freezer in the day after, and I can guarantee anything that was there will have died. So remember, you should always air your sweaters, air them frequently, they will self-clean. Air them in a very cold environment or put them in the freezer. You'll kill some bad moths and other insects that will eat the sweaters. And make sure to always use a nice detergent, very gentle. Wash in the cycle with lots and lots of water and lots of rinses. And make sure to hang flat. And those are some of the things that we do to try to keep our knitwear looking spectacular all year round. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you've got some tips for us, if you've got some washing tips, if there's things you do with your knitwear that you think that we should know about, please don't hesitate to put it on the comments down there. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully next time Arne will be with me. Goodbye.